everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank. Today we're going to talk about a very cool software called Aiarty image matting. It uses artificial intelligence to remove complicated backgrounds with just one click. Let's get right to it.
Audio Jungle.
So I reached out to Aiarty and requested to make a video in exchange for a full licensed product, and they've agreed. Thank you very much, Candace, for this opportunity. When you click on the link on the description, it will take you to their website, and when you open it, you should see the affiliate number on top over here. That is my affiliate number, and if you decide to make any purchases from that link, I will be receiving a small commission, so that will help me a lot if you guys use my link. It will take you to the website and you can choose whatever product you choose to buy. Here we have the UI. Very simple, nothing sophisticated. You'll be able to navigate it with ease. Head over to the settings, check your hardware to make sure you meet some of the requirements. Here are my specs. According to Aiarty, you don't need a high-end computer. You can use a low-spec computer and it should still do its job. I started using Aiarty from version 2.1 and I've noticed a lot of very good updates, and I'm excited for future updates. And some of the updates I've noticed is that when I first started using it would be very slow. So if we were to mask this, each time you chose a different AI model, it would take almost 5 minutes to load, and then another 3 minutes to mask it. So let's say we choose this and go ahead and start it. The AI model is going to be preloaded from the first time you open up the software. It will load up all the models and you won't have to load them up again. That's one thing I've noticed. Before, you would have to load each model every time you start up the program. So now it's just quick. So if you were to use different models every time, it should already have the model preloaded and the inference should be quite fast. That's another thing I've noticed. It's faster now. Before it would take forever and sometimes it would just sort of freeze. Every AI model has different masking technique. So for trees, buildings, cars, people, you have to know which model to use. As an enhancement section where if your picture is low quality, you can use this to enhance it, and it's a very powerful enhancement feature. Also lets you upscale. Also has an AI detection area where, let's say you have a picture with a lot of people and you click on the detection, it'll detect every subject on the picture and it will name it accordingly. So here we have a plant. It will show which ones are the plants, and if for some reason something is missed, you can always go manually add it to the picture. The refinement area is for when you mask the picture and somehow it didn't do a very good job at masking it. You can go ahead and refine it with these options. You can apply the smooth processing, the outline emphasis, and this will probably take a while to once you choose some of these refinement options. It might take long to for the inference. It could take up to 3 to 5 minutes sometimes, so just know that it's working. Sometimes it might look like it froze, but depending on your computer specs. Okay, so that was real time, and so you see it should improve some of the masking. Okay, so basically Aiarty is to mask subjects, but the main purpose of my video is to show how good it does on masking hair, which a lot of us, we use Photoshop to mask hair, but it's just so very tedious and time consuming, and you have to have skills and know how to use Photoshop to really mask hair. But with Aiarty, all you have to do is just click and it does it in one click. Example here. If this isn't sorcery, then I don't know what this is. But just look how good this is. It's perfect. One of the new features they've added is the mask alpha, where it lets you sort of mess around with the mask and gives you better results. It lets you control the shadows, the opacity, and also gives you all these different masks where you can add a feather, a blur, black and white. When you export the pictures with these options, it will all export it and give you all the masks. So if you chose the feather, the blur, it will give you all these. Also, another feature they added is this, where it lets you put a background before even exporting the picture. So if you want to see how your picture looks with a different background, you can add your own picture, or you can change to a different color to see how that picture would look with a different color background. So that's a pretty cool update as well. It gives you the option to erase and bring back pixels. Lets you dodge and burn, so you can bring small amounts of pixels back. But the way it masks, you barely even have to use these parameters, but if you need to, they're there. If you use Photoshop, it probably does a good job at masking, but sometimes Photoshop doesn't cover all these transparent sides. As you can see, it gives that transparency there. Photoshop will probably give you different results. And you have to know how to use each AI model. Every AI model will give you different results. But just look how good this does it. Over here you could tell it took part of the tire out, but just choose a different one and it should give you a better result. So mainly I've been using this to mask hairs because I'm just so impressed on the job it does. It's so good, and I find this sort of like a sorcery. Just look how good that hair masks with just one click. Some of the features I've noticed that it's missing, and perhaps they'll add them in the future, are such as if you close this and you open that back up, everything will be gone. Nothing stays saved. So if you're working on something and your computer happens to break down, you're gonna lose all the progress you've been doing. So perhaps they could add some autosave feature, or somehow some way to continue where you left off. Also, another feature that I would maybe like to see is this to work as a plugin with Photoshop or any other software that you edit. So if I'm on Photoshop, I would like to just mask this real quick without having to leave Photoshop. I would just like to use that as a plugin. Maybe they can add that as a feature. Also, a compare feature where if I'm using all 4 AI models, I want to be able to compare how each one looks. So perhaps have 4 squares here and show each result, so you can just see how every model, each result gives you. These are some of the features I would love to see maybe in a future update. Other than that, it's very simple. They're trying to keep it simple so beginners can use this software. Some stuff I noticed as well is there's a limit on pixels. If your picture is very high res, it will not work here. And here's the message that it gave me. Resolution limit exceeded. So perhaps that could be something they could fix. Also, if you're zoomed out and you want to like get back to the picture, you just double click and it'll take you back to the original size. My thoughts on Aiarty is that it's a very sophisticated software and it makes life much easier. It's able to mask things quickly without having to spend so much time on Photoshop. Something I noticed as well is if you were to mask this building, you can also do this in Photoshop and sort of do a sky replacement. But something that I've noticed on this is that it does a very perfect mask. Versus Photoshop, you'll see transparency on the sky here, and it's not always a perfect mask. Just look at this. So my thoughts on Aiarty is that it's a very good software. I'm sure their future updates will just get better and better, and give this software a try. You won't be disappointed. It will improve your workflow. You'll be creating more stuff without having to spend so much time masking. Well, I hope this review was helpful, and let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about this software?
Audio Jungle.